So I've been looking around online, and been seeing recently there's some content about passport bros and Japanese women. And one of the questions that I found is, are Japanese women perfect for passport bros? And my answer is yes and no. But the main thing I want to talk about is why the passport bro culture doesn't really match with Japanese women in a lot of ways. Now, if you're a passport bro or you living into the fantasy that you can go anywhere and get any girl and it doesn't matter, I'm not coming for you. I'm not coming for the whole passport bro stuff. Like, I'm not with y'all. I'm not against y'all. I'm just doing me here in Japan, but I do want to give some perspective that I think would help one, anyone who is a passport bro and is coming to Japan, or who considers himself a passport bro and is thinking about coming to Japan, and also would also help bridge the gap between you guys, and and make things a bit more comfortable for everyone, us living here, Japanese women here, and also any foreign guy who's coming here who wants to meet women for a short stay, long stay, whatever. Now, let me put a disclaimer out. First off, I'm living in the central Tokyo area. That's the first thing. So this is going to be mainly about Tokyo related culture. It's not going to be about military related culture or Okinawa or things like that. I think that's a completely different set of circumstances, completely different social dynamic, and I'm not the best one to give my 2 cents on that. The dynamic in those areas between Japanese people, I think you should go to other sources for that. But if you're trying to come to Tokyo and you're trying to come to the Tokyo area, and you consider yourself you're coming to Japan in general, and you consider yourself a passport bro, this is kind of what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for, and let me tell you. So basically, from what I've seen, passport bro culture, generally speaking, doesn't mix with Japanese culture. I've seen, like, I'm not going to call some people out. I've seen some content online on YouTube, and the whole cold pickup and all those things and techniques and things like that. It generally doesn't work here, right? Like, now I can see the comments going crazy already, but I'm not saying it's your skills. I'm not saying it's you. I'm not saying Akil, you don't know the game. No, but just generally speaking, Japanese women aren't really susceptible to those type of techniques because Japan is such a unique culture, right? And most Japanese women generally don't get picked up on the street anyway. So they're not gonna be used to or comfortable with getting picked up. Now, you might say that's not my experience, and I had this, and my boy showed me that. I'm not saying that Japanese women will ignore you the way that a Western woman will, or shut you down the way that the average Western woman will, because that's not going to happen either. This is the gap that I want to bridge, because some of the content you've seen, you'll see like this cute little Japanese girl, and some dude runs up on her, and in broad daylight, and she's like, I'm on my way to work, or I'm just a university student, and this kind of creepy, cringy guy has got a camera in her face, and he's like, let me just interview you in English, and she can't really talk, and he can't really speak Japanese, and so she's just smiling, and she's like, yeah, and you think, oh, she's into it. Oh my. No, she's uncomfortable. Like, me understanding Japanese people as much as I do, watching some of those videos makes me cringe. It's really cringe to watch because, one, like, Japan is a very high context society. So the guy who's just fresh off the boat here can't pick up how uncomfortable he's making that Japanese girl. And that Japanese girl can't express, or even if she can express, she's not comfortable expressing how uncomfortable she is. She's not going to say, get the hell out of my face. Like, man, you're freaking me out. She's not going to say that. Like, generally speaking, especially if she's not used to dealing with foreign people. She's kind of like a deer in headlights, basically. And she's a deer in headlights, and the only thing she really knows how to do is smile. And so for Western people, smiling is kind of seen as like a green light. Like, okay, she's into what I'm putting down. But here, there's different types of smiles. There's, yay, I'm happy to talk to you smile. And there's also the, you're freaking me out and I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna smile because I'm really uncomfortable smile. And it's based on the atmosphere and the situation. And you might be like, Akil, you don't know what you're talking about. What you talking about, man? Like, I've been here for 20 years. I'm not saying I'm the complete authority on everything, but I have some data. Okay, okay. I've talked to a lot of Japanese women. I've seen a lot of Japanese women talk to a lot of guys. I've seen guys successfully talk to Japanese women, not successfully talk to on the street, on the train, in restaurants. You know, this is the truth, right? And so I just want you, even if you're not tapped into Japanese mentality, just accept that part, that maybe part of what I'm saying is true, and that all of the skills you got, again, I'm not trying to be condescending, I'm just trying to, all the skills that you've learned or you picked up don't apply to Japan. Anyone coming to Japan, I tell them, throw away the book or rule book of everything you got, except in one situation. But I got some good news for you guys. There is one context where I would say go for it. Like the whole pickup in daytime kind of thing doesn't really generally work here, because a lot of the women or young women and women here are generally nice young ladies. Like they're very conservative, not really party girls or anything like that. But if you're going to a nightlife spot, or you're going to a spot where, like that's the deal, go for it, man. Do your thing. And I saw this video series by this young streamer who he went to a club and he got picked up by this woman, and she just like took him to his house. Hopefully I'm gonna do a formal video breakdown of it. Again, I'm trying to sketch you on like posting other videos and stuff like that. I'll just post a screenshot or something like that. But that case, like, I got some reactions for that in a good way. Like I could imagine the situation completely, and I'm not knocking that situation at all. I think for them mutually, it's a totally fine situation. If you're going to a club and you want to have fun, you're there with girls who want to go out and have fun too, and they're gonna be open or susceptible. Not susceptible. Susceptible is a negative word. They're gonna be open to dudes coming to holler at them. That's a totally not fine situation. But what I'm talking about is like running. You on the airplane. You learn like a fistful of Japanese words, and you think like, okay, I'm gonna use this and work my sauce. And you come over here and you approach Japanese women the same way you do women from all other countries. First of all, most Japanese women don't really respond as well to an assertive approach like that. Like, approach a Japanese woman like you would approach like a squirrel. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a nut. You got a nut that you want to give to the squirrel. You're not just gonna run up on them and be like, eat this. No, you're gonna like, hey, Mr. Squirrel, Mrs. Squirrel, you want this? Hi, I'm not dangerous. I'm not gonna do anything. Generally speaking, that's how you approach Japanese women, like in the daytime, if you do. But generally speaking, they're not gonna be used to that so much in the Tokyo area. I'd say other areas, again, this is the Tokyo area. Osaka, when I've been to Osaka several times, women are much more, used to talk. People are more talkative and used to kind of that interaction, and it might be friendly or things like that. But I would also say the signs that you get are not always green light signs as well. Just be aware of that. If you take like the softer approach, like you would, like, again, trying to feed a squirrel, trying to talk to a deer, generally speaking, this is just broad advice. Your skills, your game, your personality, your riz, your swag, whatever you got. I'm not knocking that. I know you might be changing the game all over the world. I'm not knocking that. I'm just giving a little bit of advice that you can take with that will make it easier for the average Japanese woman that you probably might meet. In general, you're not going to get any points taken away from you if you have a little softer approach. You're a little bit, turned down. You're a little bit more attuned to the atmosphere of the girl or woman that you're talking to across the board. I don't care who you're talking to. I don't care what you're doing. That's always going to be the case here. You're not going to be seen as lame. You're not going to be seen as soft, because whether she's willing to talk to you or not, it's going to be because of this. Whatever your atmosphere, your look, whatever it is. And if you have a softer, more sensitive, or more, tentative approach, that's going to be seen as a positive regardless of who you're talking to. That's what I got to say. Let me know with a like or a comment. Don't come for me in the comments, man. I'm just letting you know my experience and the experience I've seen from other people. I'm just trying to help on both sides, all right? Holla at you next time. Peace.